Episode number 359.
The industry was doing pretty well until the pandemic, and I honestly was very concerned because traditionally, if people's pocketbooks are affected in a negative fashion, the hobby is one of the first things that goes on the sideline.
Welcome to the Be Real Show with Travis Too Tall and Huff, where we talk about life, dreams, social media, and business.
Well, hello and welcome to the Be Real Show with Travis Too Tall and Huff. Folks, you know your boy is always fired up, ready to bring you some fuego in your day, night, weekends, or whenever you are listening to the show today. And most of you guys know I'm a huge hobby collector. I have been a fan of this brand for probably my whole entire life as a collector of Michael Jordans and many of the other great things in Upper Decks. As you can see here, I got the Iconics Upper Deck Jordans, and I finally getting back in PSA, but most importantly, a great brand. Upper Deck is in the building today. Mr. Christopher Carlin, who is in charge of all of customer experiencing and making sure you have a great experience with Upper Deck. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing great. Thanks so much for having me, and excited to be here and love your passion. And man, I'm just coming back from the National Sports Collectors Convention, where I saw a lot of those Jordan cards, and the line for PSA was like miles long, and it's crazy.
Hobby's alive.
A really awesome time in the industry.
Absolutely. So take me back into your history, Christopher. How long have you been specifically either with Upper Deck or just in the industry? Talk about a little bit about into your story, into the hobby, because I know you have to love this, kind of love it to be in it, you know? Yeah,
I grew up with it. I had three older brothers who all collected, and luckily they went off to high school and found out about girls and left their cards unattended. So I kind of swooped in, and I grew up with it. I loved it. So after college, I was looking for, what do I want to do? What have you? And then I saw Upper Deck was not far from where I was living. Wow. And I was like, oh, I got to get in there. So I took like the first job I could get there, and I've kind of just worked my way up from there. But I've been with Upper Deck now for 23 years. So wow. I've seen a lot, and seen a lot with this industry, and it's been a lot of fun. It's one of those jobs where, you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. And every day at Upper Deck brings a new and exciting challenge, and a lot of fun along with it.
Yeah, they're saying, I was listening to some recent statistics. They're like 1.5 new possible collectors entered the industry in just the last year, in addition to already the people that were already there. I started actually getting more heavy into it because, like yourself, I was, I was the older brother. I was kind of buying them for my brothers and sisters. They didn't really eventually care about them. So I just kept them all, even some of their stuff. And eventually I had them in top loaders, and then eventually said, hey, I got to learn about PSA and grading. In 2019 kind of came, Gary V said it enough damn times. Yeah. Hey, get into the industry, check it out. And so I started submitting cards and, learned some lessons about grading. You not every card you're going to get is a 10, yes. And just really actually obviously just fell back in love with the hobby, and realized obviously at some point now in 2020, things just exploded. I mean, literally 2021 now, a way bigger, industry than it was even a couple years ago, as far as the number of people in it. And then now more investors.
The industry was doing pretty well until the pandemic. And I honestly was very concerned because traditionally, if people's pocketbooks are affected in a negative fashion, the hobby is one of the first things that goes on the sideline. Right. So it was eye-opening for us to realize that, hey, people were still able to make a living. They were still getting money in, and they weren't going on trips. They weren't going out to restaurants. And it was something where they just started going in their closets and reconnecting and finding other collectors online and doing a lot of online trading. Our Upper Deck e-pack platform really blew up during this. And that's where you can open packs of cards, boxes, cases from your phone, tablet, or computer anywhere in the world, any time of day. So people really fell in love with that platform. But it's been amazing to see, and it's so great for this industry, which has had a lot of struggles over the years, to see people who have really put their heart and soul in it, actually, realizing all the hard work they put in. They're seeing some benefit with regard to the secondary market values of their cards and the shops and things like that. So it's a really cool time.
It's awesome. I mean, it's truly incredible. And then also, I think you have also these obviously investors and people that put money in stocks or buy real estate and things like that, that now I think are getting in and buying up some of these big ones. I mean, we've had Rob G on the show. You're probably familiar with Rob G. Owns the Dope. You know, and it's interesting. You know, you have people that making bigger moves, you know, and buying big cards. And I'd say they're locking it up. You know, Rob G's locking it up, you know, and this.
We saw, I was amazed to see. It was really nice to see at the National on the trade nights, you know, every night in the lobby, there'd be hundreds of people. And, but people just had these amazing cards that I couldn't believe. They had bricks of cash, and I was like, what is going on here? So, there is definitely an affluent aspect to the hobby, which is great. But I want to try to look at some things that we can do to reach out to people who don't have the same advantages. There's a couple programs that we're working on. One is tied to Indigenous nations in Canada to try to get cards in the hands of young Indigenous peoples. And then we're working on another program to try to get cards in the hands of inner city youth. So we're working with a dealer on that. And we saw a bit of that at the National. And it was pretty amazing to see kids, African-American kids who had never collected before, seeing their reactions to trading cards. And it was really special. So while it's awesome, we have, the Gary V's of the world and the people with the big bankrolls. If we want to have this hobby for the future, it's about, finding those new collectors, but also, getting new fans involved. So all very important.
So getting back into that, talking about trying to help all people of the hobby, obviously of every level, from kids, not only are the high-end cards, and even your boy could get maybe a little bit higher end card if I wanted to. And I do sometimes. But the point is, truly, the hobby is going to stay alive if you have all those different levels, right? Like Christopher, if you have the kids, you have the adults, you have the higher end investor, and how do you guys, beyond some of the things you talked about, what are some of the other challenges that you guys are seeing right now? Obviously, I know like last year it was taking photos of things and even getting content and things like that.
Photos are a real challenge. Yeah. And we want to do events, and have our athletes up close and personal with shops and fans and things like that. And unfortunately, we're just in a climate right now where a lot of athletes don't want to do like a meet and greet. So we'll store those up and make sure that, next year's National, we are rocking and rolling. And I'm excited for things to get a little more back to normal. But again, it's I don't know how long it's going to take for the market to I think it's just, I don't know. It's so interesting. It's slowed a bit, but not much from what I saw at the show last week. So hopefully, it keeps growing and get more people involved. And it remains special for so many people for a long time to come.
And the beautiful thing too, guys, is you can collect and you can, sell. There's a lot of platforms to sell on. If you do learn about grading and things like that, or even and with our eBay store, to be honest with you, you're just selling the raw cards. A lot of times people can't afford a $200 card, but they can afford a $20 card. You know what I mean? And now with eBay standard shipping, which is a truly great program, you can have some tracking around this. And so we found a lot of success even with the raw cards as well. And I like it too, because I know that when someone gets it, we always try to give them a little bonus, a little perk, but also that, it's going to a collector, another collector that's going to appreciate this, or they're going to grade it and they're going to make some money or whatever, I mean, it's a hustle, it's a hustle. It's a hard work. Not every card you send into grading is going to get a 10 and you make tens of millions of dollars. I've seen some guys recently getting 5s and 6s back on some cards. And, in some cases you're losing money at $200 a pop on those kind of deals, and you have to be in it for more than just the money, right? Like that's the big picture, I think, in general.
Yeah. What was positive that I saw is that people were definitely doing the flip game out there, but they also had, this is my personal collection,
Absolutely.
I PC this guy. So
Absolutely.
I think that's A-okay if you're flip it a bit, but all to kind of support the players that you love and collect and support.
Absolutely.
So I think that's awesome.
It's a beautiful thing. I mean, it's a beautiful thing to be able to kind of do that and also give back. And then you guys are also coming on the scene with some crazy, amazing products this last year. with the Artifacts Golf. Bryson DeChambeau, who's a Clovis native, which is right around the corner here from where I live, had the 101. I've seen some crazy cool cards out of that. And
the golf's been great. SP Authentic Golf is getting ready to come out, I believe, in September.
Oh, okay.
And we're gonna have golfers in Goodwin Champions, which will be out in September. But the craziest one we announced is Skybox Metal Universe Champions at the National Sports Collectors Convention. And basically what that product is, it's going to be out, I believe, in November, is a multi-sport product. It will have some golfers in there.
Oh, wow.
But what's cool is we hired the designers from the Fleer brands in the 90s who did all the iconic types of inserts. So they're coming back and giving a fresh take on cards like Intimidation Nation and Jambalaya. We'll have Jordan and LeBron and Tiger Woods precious metal gems. So that product is going to be straight fire. So definitely want to look for Skybox Metal Universe Champions. Hopefully it'll be under a lot of Christmas trees and things like that towards the holidays.
Skybox Metal University Champions. That is epic, dude. That is epic. That's going to be a big one. Yeah, I mean, I also say this, man. At some point, are the license is going to change? I mean, we've had Tracy on for Panini. Obviously, you guys are all winning together. Let's just be real. The hobby wins together.
Rising tide lifts all ships. Sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
With regard to expansion to other licenses, we're always aggressively looking at other licenses. We just announced AEW Wrestling is going to be exclusive for Upper Deck for trading cards and memorabilia. So that's a new area for us to dip our toe in. But yeah, I mean, I grew up with Upper Deck baseball cards. I'd love to see us back in the baseball game, and we're all very passionate about what our team could do with different types of licenses. And
this holograph technology, you guys have
it too. So we'll just have to see how it goes with the leagues, and as negotiations happen, we'll do our darndest to get back in those games for sure.
Yeah, it would just be interesting. It would be interesting if everyone could play together. I think it would. Hey, they can get licenses on baseball.
I understand the leagues. It's a consolidation, and it makes their lives easier. And honestly, it's sometimes it's better for the hobby too. We would have Upper Deck baseball coming out right around Topps baseball, and those kind of collectors cannibalized the products cannibalized each other. So if you have one manufacturer, you have a cadence of products that comes out that's well spaced out, and I understand it's easier for the leagues to work with one group rather than a variety. So I get it, but we're gonna do our darndest to show that we're worth looking at.
And go after new stuff. Like you said, you're locking up new types of places that people are walking, new sports. There's e-gaming, esports is huge. There's so many. We have
Overwatch leagues, trading cards, which is, 5 years ago, I would have never thought we'd be making esports cards, but It's awesome. I mean, there's new opportunities, there's new fans, new collectors, and it just, again, the more products, diversity that's out there, the more people we can bring into the card collecting fold and family, which is pretty awesome.
Another one could be TikTok stars, or you know what I mean, like some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Their supporters will buy the hell out of the packs just to try to get them.
That's right.
Some of that stuff, I have some old junk wax kind of stuff where they did the celebrities, and they kind of did some of those fun things like The Rock and MTV Raps, or some of these ones. Like I'm gonna say like these yo MTV Raps, old school. But it'd be interesting because now literally these influencers could sell the hell out of the product because all their followers would want to try to get their pack, or try to get the release of their
absolutely
of their rookie card or
content in Goodwin Champions, and I think it's pretty fun.
That's right. Goodwin is a great product. I like that you guys do. That's an incredible product. Well, I appreciate your soul, my man. Now we're about to take you into our top 10. Are you ready?
Yes.
Apple or Android?
I'm gonna go Apple.
Apple. Netflix or YouTube?
YouTube.
YouTube. Instagram or Facebook?
Man, all the collectors are crazy about Instagram right now, so I'm seeing a lot of cool stuff on there.
The IG, and then the Whatnot is actually taking on pretty good too with the hobby, the breakers, and a really cool platform to help support the hobby. It's really cool. Chicken or steak if you're thinking about a good meal?
Depends on the chicken, but probably a steak.
Steak. Laptop or a smartphone?
A smartphone.
Too much you can do on a smartphone. Spotify or Pandora if you're thinking about music, content, etc.
I've been Pandoring myself more lately.
Nice. The OG platform. Movies or video games if you're thinking about relaxing?
Movies.
Movies. And then reading books or listening to books?
Reading
And
books.
then for investing, if you're thinking about that money game, stocks or real estate?
I'm going to go real estate.
Real estate. And lastly, oceans or lakes for a vacation. I think you're going to possibly at a beautiful lake today.
I'm at Lake Tahoe, so I think we know the answer to that one.
The most beautiful lake in the entire world.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I remember driving a boat to the middle of Lake Tahoe, and I jumped in. It was pretty damn cold because it was like in the early part of the winter, but I didn't care. And it was like the most beautiful blue water I've ever seen underneath there. I opened my eyes.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's fires up here right now, so it's all smoky. But
I know.
Hopefully, we get some blue skies this weekend.
Let's pray for that. Let's pray for that, my man. And when you're waking up in your morning, why do you love being you, my man? Why do you love being Mr. Christopher Carlin?
I love going to work each day, and I don't think a lot of people can say that. I really walk into the Upper Deck headquarters and look around and love everyone I work with and appreciate them. And it's great to do what you love, as just like you're doing, my man.
Hey, and when you find that sweet spot, that is when life keeps continually to bless you. Do you think you'll ever retire from the game of Upper Deck, from working hard and from the game of sports cars?
I don't know. I love it so much. I think I'm probably an Upper Deck lifer, but yeah, you never say never, but it's so much fun. And we have just a great team to work with. So I'm very happy right now, I'd say.
And the folks at Upper Deck are blessed to have you, my man. Someone that's been with them for 23 years and has that mentality, has worked their way up from literally the beginning, like you said, whatever job you could get to where you're now, where you're basically helping influence the customer experience and getting to do fun things, cool things like at the National and see all these people. And you guys are in charge of the hobby. I mean, you guys are literally Michael Jordan is exclusive with you guys.
Jordan,
you guys are LeBron, Jordan exclusive LeBron. Come on, baby. You guys got the goats of the game.
That's right.
Do you have a routine to start your day before you go into work? Do you have a routine on each of your days?
I got to get the kids off to school. I got 2 little boys. But
got you.
It's really fun seeing them get involved in the hobby a bit too. They don't have anything great, but they like the Marvel cards. And I'm slowly working them to hockey, so we'll see.
Nice. Do you PC anybody?
They loved Space Jam too. So I'm excited for us to get that product moving. So we'll see.
Is that going to come in like a hobby box or a blaster box? Is it pre-sale? I saw something on eBay about that, I think.
We're going to have more details out on it soon. I can't give too much up, but I can say that you should be able to get it wherever you buy trading cards. So that'll be cool. Got you.
Nice, dude. Those would be good right there.
Yeah.
Take a box of that and save it, guys.
Absolutely.
If you could sit down and chop it up with anyone in the world, who would you want to sit down with today and chop it up with?
Let's see. Maybe Pete Incaviglia. He was my favorite baseball player growing up. And I actually have Pete Incaviglia Twitter. So
nice.
He signed something for me and said, great Twitter handle. So he was a fun one to watch, and love to hang out with him and see how he's doing.
Was he on the Philadelphia? Was he on the Phillies? What team was Petey on? Check 1, 2.
Phillies, Detroit, Houston, Texas Rangers. So he was a journeyman, but a lot of fun to watch.
I remember him being on the Phillies. I remember that. And has there been a book that has changed your life? Is there a book you either read or you kind of sticks to your soul?
There's a few. One recently, a guy who's actually getting into the hobby is called The End of Marketing by Carlos Gil.
Ooh, End of Marketing. I like Carlos.
Yeah, he's really insightful and gives a fresh, younger take on marketing, which I think is pretty cool, especially considering the way our hobby's going, skewing a bit younger and more tech savvy these days.
Right. And do you PC anybody yourself, my man?
Pete Incaviglia is kind of my guy.
That's your main guy.
I don't have anything too incredible. We have a lot of, since we live in San Diego, we've got, Padres and San Diego Chargers stuff, but that's about it.
I just got this one as a Manny Machado.
Yeah, we love Manny.
Manny's a good dude, man. He's a baller, baby.
Yeah,
baller,
absolutely.
Baby.
That's nice.
Baller alert. Well, God bless you, my man. I love what you are doing. And like I said, I think Upper Deck is truly blessed to have a great soul like you, my man, that truly loves his job. You can feel it in your energy, soul, passion, and God bless for what the future is going to come. I'm excited for the Skybox. Universe,
let's get back together once those cards get out. Once we have good and Metal Universe champions. Let's do something around the holidays. That'd be fun.
That would be epic. And then the last place, where's the favorite place for people to find more about Upper Deck, learn more about it, just so we can put in the show notes, even on social, or your favorite place, the favorite place to hang out?
Yeah, upperdeck.com, facebook.com/upperdeck, instagram.com/upperdecksports, twitter.com/upperdecksports. We're pretty engaged with fans on the social platforms. We really love seeing people's polls. So yeah, don't be afraid to tag us. We dig it.
Tag them on Upper Deck. They might share it in their stories, guys. And
we will.
A true legend in the game, my man. Thank you so much for your time today. And let's circle back around when that Skybox Metal Universe comes out, and have yourself a blast today. Folks, you've been hanging out with Mr. Christopher Carlin of Upper Deck and Travis Too Tall and Huff. We want to thank you again for your time today, and let's keep being real.
What another epic episode. And if you enjoyed the episode today, can you please do me a favor and subscribe to our podcast, The Be Real Show, on iTunes or your favorite podcast platform. And also take a little time today, if you don't mind, and give your boy T Huff a review. I would really super appreciate it. And thank you so much for listening today. Do you want to get featured on podcasts, guys? You can be a guest. And that's right, you have a story, and the people, the good folks at I Love Podcasts, that's ILUV podcasts.com, do that every single day. This is a new company, guys, in the space of podcast agency, and they realize a lot of the people in the space are just a commodity, and they don't care. And these folks care. And I literally love Kenny and the team at I Love Podcasts, and they are doing it right for their customers. So you guys can be a guest on a show. ILovePodcast.com. That's ILUV podcasts.com. Let's go.